If you think you can just blindly set VOO and chill in 2026 and get the same double-digit returns we saw last year, you might be disappointed. 2025 was the year of the easy button, but the smartest investors are already shifting their playbooks. They know that valuations are at record highs and the AI trade is maturing. The set it and forget it strategy is great, but if you want to accelerate your retirement, you need more than just the average. In this video, I'm unveiling my high-conviction top 5 ETFs for 2026. Pay close attention to the third ETF on this list. It's a secret weapon most investors have never heard of, but it's been a giant slayer against the S&P 500 since 2019. Stick around to the end because I'm also breaking down exactly how much of each fund you should hold based on your age, whether you are 35, 45, or 65. Let's build the blueprint to weather any storm 2026 throws at us. Let's get to work.
Let's start with offense. If the S&P 500 is the family sedan that gets you there safely, our first pick is the Ferrari engine you strap to the hood. We are talking about VUG, the Vanguard Growth ETF. Now, I know what you're thinking in the comments. Why not just buy VGT, Vanguard Infotech? Tech is the future, right? Here is why VUG is the superior play for 2026. VGT is a pure play. It is 100% focused on technology. If the tech sector catches a cold, your portfolio gets pneumonia. VUG is smarter. It gives you that massive exposure to the Magnificent Seven, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, but it also diversifies into high-growth consumer stocks like Amazon and Tesla and communication giants like Google and Meta. And the best part? The price. VUG has an expense ratio of just 0.04%. That means for every $10,000 you invest, you only pay Vanguard $4 a year. That's basically free. For 2026, where we expect AI to move from hype to implementation, you want broad exposure to growth, not just hardware chips. VUG is that play.
Okay, we have our growth engine. But what happens if the market trades sideways in 2026? What if we hit a recession? You need a shield. You need SCHD. If you've been on YouTube Finance for more than 5 minutes, you know this ticker. But do you know why it's critical for 2026 specifically? After a massive run-up in stock prices, the dividend yield of the general market is at historical lows. SCHD fixes this by giving you a robust yield, usually around 3.4% to 3.8%. But the magic isn't the yield, it's the quality screen. SCHD doesn't just buy companies that pay dividends. It buys companies with strong cash flows that have grown their dividends for 10 consecutive years. We are talking about powerhouses like Chevron, PepsiCo, and Home Depot. And the cost for this premium screening? Just 0.06%. In 2026, if growth stocks take a breather, value stocks tend to outperform. SCHD is your insurance policy that pays you quarterly rent just for holding it. It's the ultimate defensive player.
Now, this third pick is most of you probably haven't heard of. And that's because for a long time, this strategy was reserved for high net worth clients paying massive fees to financial advisors. It is AVUV, the Avantis US Small Cap Value ETF. Here is the problem with the S&P 500. It is top-heavy. It relies on 500 giant companies. But historically, the biggest explosions of wealth come from small-cap value stocks, small companies that are undervalued. But there is a trap. Most small-cap funds, like the Russell 2000, are filled with zombie companies that don't make any profit. AVUV is different. It uses an active methodology based on academic research to filter out the junk. It only buys small companies with high profitability and low valuations. Now, because this is actively managed, the expense ratio is a bit higher at 0.25%. But paying $25 on a $10,000 investment is a bargain when you realize this fund is designed to crush the standard indexes. Why for 2026? Look at the gap. Large companies are expensive. Small companies are historically cheap right now. If the economy achieves a soft landing,
AVUV is coiled like a spring, ready to pop.
We have growth, defense, and value. Now, let's get a little greedy. If you believe that artificial intelligence, self-driving cars, and cloud computing are the future of the next decade, there is only one way to play it directly: SMH. This is the semiconductor ETF. Think about it. You cannot have a modern economy without chips. NVIDIA, TSMC, Broadcom, these are the modern-day oil tycoons. They provide the fuel for the digital world. The expense ratio here is 0.35%, which is standard for a specialized sector fund. Now, a warning. SMH is volatile. It is a roller coaster. It moves fast up and fast down. But by allocating a small slice of your portfolio, maybe 5 to 10%, to SMH, you are betting on the infrastructure of the future. In 2026, we are going to see AI move into our phones, our laptops, and our homes. That requires massive computing power. SMH owns the companies building that power.
Finally, ETF number 5. This is the one nobody wants to buy, which is exactly why you should buy it. VXUS, the Vanguard Total International Stock ETF. For the last 10 years, the US market has crushed the rest of the world. But history tells us that markets move in cycles. When US valuations get stretched, like they are right now, international markets often take the lead. VXUS gives you ownership of thousands of companies outside the US. Toyota, Samsung, Nestle, Shell. And true to Vanguard form, it costs you almost nothing to own, just 0.05% per year. By adding VXUS, you are hedging your bet. If the US dollar weakens in 2026, or if the US market stays flat, your international holdings can pick up the slack. It's the ultimate diversification play. So you have the top 5, but how do you combine them? It depends entirely on your timeline. Here is my verdict on how to structure this for 2026 based on your age. The accumulator, age 35 and under. You have time on your side. You want maximum growth. You can afford the volatility, so go for the gains. I recommend a split of 40% VUG for aggressive growth, 30% in VOO or VTI for core stability, 15% in SMH for that tech rocket fuel, and 15% in AVUV for the small cap upside. The balancer, age 45 to 55. You still want growth, but you can't afford a 50% drop. We need to introduce the shield. This is about balanced offense and defense. Try 40% VOO as your core, 20% SCHD for income protection, 20% VUG for growth, and a 10% split each between VXUS for international safety and AVUV for diversification. The preserver, age 65 plus. You are near or in retirement. Cash flow is king. We cut the risk so you can sleep well at night while still getting paid. Focus on 40% SCHD for income, 30% VOO for stability, 20% VXUS for global diversification, and just 10% in VUG to ensure you keep up with inflation. Remember, holding S&P 500 VOO is great to have as your core portfolio.
Now, these are the best ETFs on the market, but they are heavily dominated by Vanguard and Schwab. But what if you use Fidelity? I found 3 Fidelity ETFs that might actually be good to add to this list. I'm currently finalizing that video and I'll be posting it next. Make sure you are subscribed with notifications on so you don't mess the Fidelity versus Vanguard showdown. In the meantime, if you want to see exactly how Vanguard's top 3 ETFs stack up against each other, watch this video right here. I'll see you in the next one. Happy New Year, everyone!